No. This thing's in the way. I see. I'm like, what the heck is that pink thing? It's a Sweet Tarts box. Sweet Tarts. Okay. Better. Alright, as predictably, I gotta go through and take care of my socials. Also, quick second. Just trying to take a look at my mic and make sure my volumes and stuff are okay. I threw up a giant blanket in here to try to cut down on some of the fan noise tonight. The fan noise. Alright, I don't even know if there's going to be a thing. Hopefully there's not a thing. Like, I've been out of this loop for a little while. With packs and everything, I haven't played a ton. I think I'm level 15 now. So, quarter of the way there, but not until like the really fun stuff. There's going to be a lot of that going on tonight. I apologize. I'm going to try to mute as much as I can to avoid coughing directly into the mic and everything, but ooh-wee, I am feeling it. What's going on? What? Oh, okay. What? So we're in Ratchet. I have mail. What do you want? My ancestral woolies. I don't even think I want my ancestral woolies. Oh boy. Let's see how far we can go tonight. I am just like misclicking on everything. I don't remember what I was doing. Stone Talon. Oh. Stay out of the cup, Sergato. Stay out of the cup. Staying out of the cup. What do we got going on here? Shush. What? Oh, okay. Come on, help me out here. Oh, I got a copper grade up here I need to get to. Oh boy. This is off to a great start. I just want to go through a notice in the Discord that I am starting. Jeez, why is this gonna be so hard? Alright, I think I'm good. You know, I just realized I never got my... whatever. Mining is important. So the place I'm looking for is like right up here. But like the secret to this at this stage in the game is to just kill everything you can. Probably be a little reckless with your mana too. Like as you're going, you just need to fight everything on the way. That's the secret to leveling in WoW in this era. Man, I am so far behind right now. I remember Broski's online. was not paying attention. Please, please, please get that heal off. No. Yes. Oof. Shaman are cheaters. Oh. Mage. You're a wizard. No, wait. I'm on the wrong thing now. There we go. Oh my god. I was feeling better. Oh, the coughing stuff was much more chill. And I started streaming. Oh, was I wrong? But it's okay, I'm gonna try anyway. March into the crossroads where few alliance have gone. They will never know the pleasures that I've seen of the Zara running riders as their hooves won't come off their bodies. I'm singing nonsense because that's what my mind is doing. And in the end, I guess Oh, we found it. A treasure of the ages. I was gonna save that shirt. Oh, setting up like a mute hotkey would probably not be the worst idea to do at some point. Probably should have got rid of that Dalaran cheese too. I got a hand axe too. Is that better than my current weapon? 10 to 20 damage. Oh no, nowhere near. Oh, but is that the flame damage added too? Man, I do not remember how to compare gear at this level. Well, this small furry paw is probably not doing me any favors. Neither is this one ignite of copper. God, I have so much stuff in my bags. I really should get 2 more like cheap low level bags. Oh, I got a second. Oh, that was a good crack of the jaw. The grizzled buckler of holy wrath. Wow, that's a paladin shield. That's funny. So, we're gonna go. Hello, Greater Plane Strider. You'll still give me experience points, so you're worth fighting. Oh. I kind of regret not making a druid. But we'll see if I can even get this one to 60 and then I'll go from there. I think druid would definitely be the next character. Oh, man. I had a friend of mine too who was playing, and he was going to be our resident bag maker, and I haven't seen him on since that first day. What a guy. What a guy. Alright, the sludge fen is over here somewhere. Alright, here we go. Calling the herd. Hi. Hello, Mr. Raptor. Dude. You still kill my totem. That was a nice crit. This isn't where I need to be. Rearman. Well, these are Ventrico guys. Oof. Biobin. What kind of name is Biobin? My skills and stabs have increased. Oh, you know, I just realized. Nah. I had the in-game volume muted. There you go. Now you can hear what's going on. Come on, come on. Don't you die on me yet, Sargato. There we go. That helps a lot. I bet you that helps quite a bit. Alright, so what's this quest exactly? Right click to track. Shift click. Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta go in here. To access the computer. Right. Maybe not. Hi, Doobie. Doobie. Rough plastic powder. So, sludge fin. Gotta check that computer. making me a little... Oh, no, I just realized. Shoot. Ugh. I is tired. Womp. There we go. Cover that horrible, horrible Baron's chat up. Cover it up with my beautiful visage. Oh, you can use that Legend of Zelda. And apparently my backpack. Whoops. Why am I doing enhancement? God, I'm not feeling great.
Isn't ready yet.
Can you go to the top? This guy has ranged attacks. That's not swell. But with a little determination, we'll make it still. Almost dead. Almost dead again. Feel the glory of my weapon. Is this the one I'm supposed to use? What hit me?
That's still recharging.
Yeah. Shadow Wand. Yeah, definitely grab that. Wow, they gave me super leg gear right now. I'm about to die because I'm busy doing stupid stuff in Baron's chat. Oh God, I really am gonna die. Oh, dang it, dog. I don't know what I'm trying to find this controls. Okay, venture company set up a small research facility in the north here at Sludgefen. Southwest of the Sludgefen. South. Oh, excuse me, southwest. Okay, the other direction.
can't carry anymore.
I need that ore. That's important to me. What is this book for? Okay. Oh man, I don't know. Pretty much everything I have in here is good. As good as that though. Oh, I only grip. Wow, okay. I have enough tiger eyes to make the... Oh, I guess I have the instructions handy. But the goggles I have, the gems I need to make the first pair of goggles when I'm ready for them. Which would be great because I don't currently have a helmet. Please leave me alone, Screecher. Right? I should be sleeping right now.
Inventory has
Or at least laying down. Thank you for stopping in and encouraging my bad behavior. I'm definitely having a rough time of it, but I'm going to try to at least make it 2 hours. Because you're right, I should adhere to my schedule, especially considering how inconsistent it is to begin with. And I got a lot of stuff I got to do. I still have to finish fixing up my alerts and changing some of my screenshots and stuff on the stream and modifying like some little stuff too that I just never seem to get to. So it is what it is, as they say. Again, congratulations on that job offer that you got today. Very happy and excited for you. And I'm going the complete wrong direction from where I need to go. Wow, there's little 18s over here. No problem. That is good to hear. Currently, Barion's chat is telling stories of their most embarrassing stories. One guy went over to a girl's house and was trying to get her to have relations with him, and she ended up not answering the door. Ooh. This guy's like 5 levels higher than me, too. Yeah, you will. But I don't think they can argue on the reasons why you're taking this other one, so. Hopefully that call goes well. That's good. Maybe. But in the end of the day, what does it matter to be useful to anybody? Silver. Super jealous. I definitely don't have enough for silver yet. 75. Blast. There is more downtime in this game, though, than I remember. That's how my current employer does it, too. They subsidize more of your healthcare costs if you're lower tiers, and then the more you make, the more they expect you to pay. It's got to be this little. Well, maybe it's this pipe. Did you check out your awesome emote yet? For being a subscriber to my chat. There it is. God, I wasted all this time. I have no idea. Oof. Quarter of the way there. Snippets. Fine, I'll accept you, dude. Why not? I got nothing better to do. Oh my gosh. Toasties, thank you for hosting me. I'm gonna pass on that. What am I in here for? Is there anything in here that I need to do? God, I don't remember. No. Toasties, I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm really struggling tonight. Okay, what 3 control panels? Like, what? And I do not miss the vagueness of these quests. There's a valve. Oh, hey, Pingu. Thanks for stopping by. I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, buddy? Honestly, I feel like crap. The quest goal is to complete the quest. Don't die, friend! Together we shall win. Oh my god, why are we aggroing so many? I'm out of mana! Oh my god, he's gonna pull more. Bless it. Sorry, I can't get to the mute button right now. Well, I don't know, sick, but also like personal life, just, I don't know. But mostly sick. You know, this guy, the worst warrior ever. But this is like why I like being a shaman, because like any other class, well, I guess maybe paladin on the alliance side, would not have been able to pull. That is mine. No, I greeted it. No, I wanted to need it. I wanted it anyway. My inventory is full. Oh my god. These apple cactuses could go. We make a good. I make a good frickin'. 20 to 30. That does way more damage. Okay. I think so. I don't remember what level you get that as a warlock, though. I need to make stuff. Engineering. Let's make some plastic powder first. Thank you, Pengu. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I was kind of feeling dragged all last week. So I was at PAX last weekend. I didn't feel sick at all during the week, so I don't think it's anything to do with my PAX trip. But it could be. Like, maybe the PAX pox is just finally affecting me. But yeah, I was kind of dragging all week. I thought it was just like the jet lag, still kind of catching up. But I was coughing pretty hard at work today, and the one girl was kind of like, yeah, maybe you should go home. And I'm like, you know what? Like, that makes sense. I'll go finish up the last couple hours I have at home today. So I came home a little early and wrapped up the couple things I needed to do today at home. But my friend was like, make sure you still stream tonight. And I was like, yeah, you're right. That's why I'm here. To entertain people like you, Pengu, who should really be sleeping right now. Anyway. I will. Don't worry. On Thursday when I was getting really sleepy, I streamed for like 2 hours and then I called it. I bought Shovel Knight and had a really good time with that game so far. I think I'm on the last area in it now, but Shovel Knight seemed like it would be too high energy and tough for me to handle right now, so this seemed like I would be able to do a little chill during it. And hop out of here if I need to. Okay, that guy's good then. Got one of the valves. Shut off the other valve. But you don't see Ninja taking nights off, do you, Pengu? One day I'm gonna be Ninja. I mean, I'm never going to turn down you being here. But I'm just concerned about you, you know. You never watched Ninja? Oh man, you missed out. He was the embodiment of everything amazing in streaming.
More. Inventory has full.
Never will there be someone as good as Ninja ever again. With the apparatus deactivated, the control panel can be opened. Camouflage can be removed from the console. With everything else in place, it's part of the key to unlock the console. So now I gotta go get the key from the guy inside the house. So I imagine that Ninja's streams were really good when he was small and he could still interact with his chat. But when you have 20,000 people all trying to talk at you at once, it gets really hard to like have a personal connection with anybody. But he was entertaining to watch. He was the one stream of his that I did catch. He was pitching Red Bull in that particular stream a lot, and so like between every match he would slam a Red Bull and be like, "It gives you wings" and stuff like that. And it's just it was a good time. It's pretty much I think exactly what you would imagine a stream with 20,000 people in it would be like.
Inventory has full.
Yeah. I mean, I felt pretty overwhelmed when I got raided by Barry that one time and had 500 people that I was trying to interact with, you know. So I can't even imagine those sorts of numbers. Because I care that you're a person still. Which may someday be my failing. Holding open the face of the control console reveals a dense jumble of wires, tubing, and other strange mechanical objects, most of which seem to serve no practical purpose. Push them aside and digging deeper into the console, you find the camouflage. The tug removes you from the housing. I did it! I removed the thing. And I'm gonna leave this party now. Yeah, it was stressful. But also that's what pushed me over the edge to getting affiliate, right? So I can't complain about it. I was sitting at 2.89 or whatever for the longest time, just like, oh, it's really just teasing me. Right? I thanked Barry for streaming, and somebody had called me out, and I'm like, look, man, I'm used to like 10 people at most in my streams, you know, on average. I get maybe 10 in here. So to have 500, it's like, wah! They were talking about being one of Barry's mods, trying to like make Nat a mod yesterday, I think, on Barry's stream. And Barry's like, yeah, the day that I want to stop streaming, like I'll let Nat salt the earth, because we all know that's exactly what he would do. And I was like, Barry, like no matter what happens, please promise you'll never make me a mod, because I don't want to have watching you become work suddenly, right? And he's like, I totally know what you mean. Like, there's a couple chats that I have mod status in, and it feels weird that I kind of have to keep an eye on chat while I'm in there. Like, you just feel, obligated to do so, basically. And I'm like, yeah, so can you please still, I had it muted for a second while I was popping the can. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't want the loud popping of my soda can being open to peak the mic. I apologize that I was trying to be considerate to you guys for 2 seconds. Jeez. As bad as an ex-wife. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Just think, Grizzler. That Tauren running in the opposite direction could be you right now. Hammond's good. I do agree with you. This is getting really ridiculous. I gotta do something about this. There's just no other option around at this point. Alright. I know, I'm gonna have to go get bags. That's all there is to it. I only have like 20 silver, so I don't have much to do with bags, but... Wow, that's nice. I'm gonna try to get my Moobot stuff I'm gonna try to get my bot stuff set up this week, and I'm gonna try to get my images and things cleaned up and stuff, and try to make this place a little better, just in general. But is that how that works? Yeah, there we go. One of my friends, Grizzler, was going to be a tailor, and they were just about the level to start making linen bags, and then they stopped playing, as far as I know. And I was like, come on. So frustrating. Baron's chat is still the best chat. Oh, well, thank you. Good job. I'm just happy that I'm still wearing these barbaric loincloth, you know, so you can really see those troll legs. Yeah. What would the shipping costs be to get your bag over here anyway, Pengu? Would it even be worth it at that point? Yeah, it's not a big deal. I do think that the Royal Mail plays nicer with the U.S. Post Office too than some other organizations out there in the world.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey man, here's that thing you wanted. I don't need money either of these. I think I might have broken that flange. It's not good because I already told some colleagues on my mind about it and they're very intrigued. Let's find a way to fix it. Take the broken one to the bolt buckle just south of Morsheen Rampart, the Horde outpost between the Barrens and Ashenvale. She is very clever, inquisitive. If you show her it, I bet she'd jump at a chance to fix it.
Have a good one, Gary.
Ha ha! I can't take it right now. Oof. Where's the flippers?
Time is money, friend.
Hey, can you take me to Margamar? Thank you. I gotta go try to figure out my bag situation. Why wouldn't I put that at the top? He's on right now, too. Jeez. Why am I flying this really... Oh, never mind, I know why. Because there is no direct flight path to Orgrimmar from there, so I'm literally going to fly right back over Ratchet, aren't I? Oh my god. This game. I have a friend of mine who conceived one of his children while playing World of Warcraft in the Barrens chat right now. It's like, oh, these people talking about sexual things while I'm trying to quest. Dang noobs. It's just like, okay. Bags, 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 bags. Wow. Wow. Can I sort by buyout, please? All there are living bags, really. It's a red linen bag. There we go. One bag. 8. Two more silver, I think it's worth it. Dang it, I'm sorry. Ugh.
Inventory is full.
Oh, fine. Be that way. Feel like garbage. I feel like garbage. I'm gonna check the price on that one before I throw it up randomly. Unselect the things I had selected, please. Wow. Okay. I was expecting that to be like worth at least something. We're selling it for like 2 silver. 1 silver and 50 copper. Alright. I understand that. This shield I'm really proud of here. It's the most paladin shield ever. It's going for 7. Oh. Big you know. I'll be fine. God, these wand prices, jeez. 7 and I think that's everything I got. I'm willing to sell right now. I can sell the first after, I suppose. Look at that, 15. Someone wants 15 for that. I'll sell it to you for 14. Nice. Quitters don't become ninja, Pingu. Love how I... Alright, come bags. Look at all that beautiful storage space. While I'm here, I should have checked to see if I can get trained in anything. I don't think I can. Who's putting Spanish stuff in the chat? That's funny. Oh, okay. What's up, Pingu? How was your day? How are things going for you? There's a way to get more layers. I don't know what HOD. Is that Heart of Darkness? No. What is Castlevania HOD? I don't know HOD.
Peace, friend.
Drink one. I drank it recently. Oh no. I probably don't have enough money to fly back. Shoot. Harmony of Despair. The name doesn't ring a bell for me immediately, but I am not a Castlevania expert. I played a lot of 1, a lot of 2, a lot of 3. Yes, because trade chat's always so good. I asked for 2 silver from the gallery. Pretend I'm a girl. What's been fun is having to learn that you have to fight for every single silver again. Like, it's just obnoxious having like no money to be able to train your skills and stuff like that. DPS looking for group Ragefire Chasm. I could run Ragefire Chasm, I guess. I think I'm still low enough level that would be beneficial for me. This guy, he's beautiful.
Strength and honor.
Shit. Alright, I'm back. Oof. Bingo, I only have to make it 59 minutes to hit my arbitrary. If I'm still not feeling better by that point, I'll quit. Period. I'm halfway done with the stream. And now that I said that, like a billion people are going to show up, and then I'm going to feel pressured to keep going.
McGraw.
McGraw. Nobody wanted to help a poor person looking for his lost goblin with 2 silver. No, no worries, Pingu. Are you with the significant other right now? Lucky. Get to 70. What does 70 get me?
Here's money, friend.
What do I need to make the tiger glasses? 100.
Oh, do I have a deal for you?
Can I sell you anything? Do I have anything worth anything? The pearl's worth something. Shadow gem's worth something. Alright, let's do that. I don't think I need anything with the pearl right now either. No, you don't want to buy it back.
Hurry back!
Yo!
Warcraft.
Keep it real.
Roll call.
Doing the random stuff we need to do to be better at the game. Oh. Oh. Copper modulator. Well, that's cool. I thought the arc light spanner was a tool that I was going to need. I was right. Two of these. No idea what this thing does. So I need 4 of these. Make one more. There, I cleaned out some inventory space by making random engineering garbage.
What's up?
Hey, buddy. Those vendor for 2 each. Okay.
Glad I could help.
The beard beaded breeches of fiery wrath. Oh. God. I miss all these items and stuff. It's so good. I'm wearing a bunch of like level 3. Good evening, Malu. How you doing? I'm a little under the weather tonight, so I don't know how long I'm gonna go for. I'm trying to stream for at least 2 hours tonight. Get some heirlooms. There was some people when they first started playing were making that joke like constantly. Like, where's the heirloom inventory? How do I access my heirlooms? I can't seem to get to my heirlooms. And like you're only sitting at 23 for your druid? Wow. My broski's at 27. But he's been playing pretty hard. Well, like relatively hard. I am at 15 because I went to PAX and then I did other stuff. And now today I was looking for something more chill to play. So this is what I ended up with because yeah. So that's how that happened. Come on. Ugh, what are you doing to me, Smalls? Oh wait, is it the stack that was gonna sell for 2 silver? Am I being dumb? Alright, to get back on our epic quest.
How you doing, man? How?
Hey, you want these stupid things?
Farewell.
Thanks. You're not on my server right now.
Stronghold.
You're not who I wanted to talk to.
Victory. Strength
That
and
guy,
honor.
Doris.
Down.
Back to the crossroads. We did it! We escaped from Orgrimmar. Hooray! Do I have a good hooray emote right now? No, but Octo's chef kiss is pretty good. Ugh. Do. Oh man, South Park Stick of Truth is down to $5.99 on Steam. Yeah, I haven't made any alts yet. I was talking earlier that I kind of regret not making a druid just because, like, I've already done all this as shaman, and while it's been very cool to return to, like, my roots of playing World of Warcraft, it's also something I've already experienced. And, like, even when I was playing back in the day, like, I would look at druids and be like, oh man, being able to, like, change between all 3 classes at will is amazing. Or through roles, I guess. Oh, Grizzler, it looks like Malu is the one who gave you your sub, so be appreciative. Have to carry so many freaking tools. That is not another spammer. That's an engineering tool. I don't know why that's so funny. Malu Grizzler is a real life friend of mine. Which I suppose means I should, like, do something like this. As I'm running out of them probably, but whatever. Alright, what do we have for quests? Harpy Raiders. Stolen Booty. Consumed by Hatred. I could also go to Stone Talon at this point, huh? There's like, what, 3 quests in Stone Talons or something like that? So Nice. Malu is a good heckin' streamer in
What do you need?
his own right. It's one of my Sunday morning favorite things to wake up and watch visual novels. It's a good time.
For the Horde.
I don't have a shout-out command yet, so I have to do it manually. I apologize. I'll get there eventually. But to Grizzler's credit, like, you know, that's why I had to come stream tonight, even though I feel like at any moment a lung might just pop out of my face. Do 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 do. Baron's dance. Do 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 do. As we walk. Do do do. Stone Talon Mountain. So, interesting little note. Back when this game was still in beta testing, there was one guy who was breaking embargo by streaming the game onto Winamp with a shock stream, I think they called it at the time. And I was watching him play this game on, like, you know, like a 56K modem, I think, at the time. And so it was super choppy and it was super blurry and all this other kind of stuff. But this was the area that he was at when I was watching him play. Is heading into Stone Talon Mountains. And I remember seeing the shredder animation when you killed a shredder, and that was one of the first things that made me go like, what? This game might be the real deal. Because I was wholly convinced that Blizzard would not be able to make a good MMORPG at the time.
Blood and thunder.
And looking back on it now, I think that there is like one fatal flaw with this game, is the way it's designed in Classic, and then later even worse versions of it, essentially.
Sub.
And I was thinking about this the other night, and I think it's such a simple little fix.
For the Horde.
Maybe I'll tell you about it if I can get enough breath to. I also didn't read those quests that I just took, so that's great. We'll come back to these guys. So, I think that one of the main ways you can fix... Hey, my Shadow one just sold. Nice. One of the ways you can fix one of the bigger problems I think you have with anyway, as I was saying, sorry. So I think that the problem is, it's like, you have this amazing heritage when it comes to, like, the Diablo franchise and stuff like that. With, like, random, prefix, suffix systems, basically. And, like, even earlier, I think it's in the auction house now, but it's a paladin shield, basically, right, that increases, like, holy shock damage or something like that. and stuff like that being in the game is super cool, and I loved it. And then these lower levels and stuff like that, it's great. And then you get to the rating level stuff, and you talk about the set gear. And I don't think like sets themselves are necessarily like bad or damaging of like a game, but I do think that once you've cleared that content and you've like mastered your character and you've gotten sorry, what? Sorry, getting all argumentative. So, you take the idea of the loot system as it is, right? Where you have like pre-raid, and you're getting your raid gear up, like dungeon level gear and stuff like that, whatever, right? And then you have the raid stuff, right? So you have the set stuff and the equipment that you can get from the raids, right? And then after that, you have what I think is the part that's missing, right? And you basically go back to that prefix suffix system. So that basically you give it so that like your casual players can gear up at the dungeon stuff and they can get into some of the raiding content stuff. And then you have the raid people who get all the raid gear and stuff, but then they're sitting there on their hands then until the next content push comes out in like 3 to 6 months, right? And I think what you do is at the end of that also, I don't think I'm ready for this area yet. 40 more minutes. Woo! After everybody's got their raid gear, you make it so that there's basically this gear tier above it, right? That the random drops in the world or whatever else you want to say that are bind on equip items or whatever that have the random roll chance of becoming more powerful than like the raid set content. And that way, if you're like a raider and you're fully geared and stuff like that, you still have something to get you on that treadmill every day to continue to work on getting better stuff. Because by finding it randomly or having other players find it randomly, it affects the economy better, right? If you're just going through playing a level 60 content or whatever, and you find this amazing sword that is statted better than the gear that you get from raiding, you know, from a random chance sort of thing, you have the option of like, well, I could use this for my own personal game, or I can go sell it in the auction house and finish gearing myself up to be able to do the raiding if you're like a lower level character, right? And then if you're in that top tier, that 1% of players that's still looking for something to do, you'll be looking at the markets to try to find that stuff. You'll be out in the wilds randomly trying to grind things and stuff like that. And having something to chase after is fundamentally that piece that an MMORPG player is going to want, and that satisfies the desire that they basically have under themselves. And if you look at a lot of modern games and looter shooters and stuff like that, whatever, once that treadmill falls apart and after you have like the most powerful gear you possibly need and you no longer have that incentive to continue to search for stuff, your interest in playing that game, if you're a hardcore player, dramatically falls off almost instantaneously. And this is a way that you don't make it so that those hardcore players become so outmatched as opposed to normal casual or people getting raid gear, but it gives them something to continue to work towards. And I think if you look at a lot of the quote-unquote older school MMORPGs, they had systems kind of like that stuff in place. Falling back on Star Wars Galaxies was that the Jedi systems to the game, right? Hardcore players had something they could run towards after they maxed out their character classes and stuff like that. So I think you need something like that. what's going on with this lightning over here, but it looks like something we want to investigate. There's a centaur. Oh, sorry. When you're not sure if you accidentally muted yourself. Is that better than what I got on right now? 44? Yep, that's better. Yep, that's fine. We need to upgrade at some point. Yeah, that makes sense, Pengu. But again, I'm saying, right, like, WoW in every single expansion has a point, every update has a point in which you are hitting the pinnacle of what you can get from the game, and that treadmill dries up. And I think I agree with you, Grizzler, in concept, because that's basically what I'm advocating, right? But I also have never really gotten super high level PoE before, so maybe I'm not. But you basically need to continue to have something to work towards, otherwise things get boring. And that is not what I was trying to fight. Oh, dang. Oh, that feels so good when leveling meant something.
Time to die.
Right, and I think, yeah, exactly. That freedom to be able to build characters is super important to me too, Grizzler. But I think, like, from a pure item perspective, like, one of the things I always go back to is in the original Diablo, the best piece of armor in the game was a blue piece of armor that just happened to give you the most health possible. Like, it was unequivocally the godly plate of mail, and then if you got a really high stat roll on that health, it was better than anything else you could get, any unique, whatever, right? And I feel like game designers are like, well, but we want the uniques and we want the named items to feel special, and like they should feel special, but also like you getting like a sword, right, that has like just stats on it or whatever, right, and it's got a high roll, right? And you take that sword and you make that sword basically have a story. You make that sword a part of your character's identity. Like you are the wielder of the grim death or something, right? And even if you take it one step further and let you rename those really high statted roll items to be, you know, named after something you want. That's the kind of stuff that these kind of games need. So like, oh, I got Thunder Fury. Well, how many other players had Thunder Fury, or whatever the legendary items are called? Sure, it wasn't a heck of a lot of people, but more than one, right? Yeah, I love PoE a lot, actually. I wish we could get back into playing it and not make hardcore characters and die in... How many hours did we make it? 3 or something stupid? Oh, it was a bad night. It was a really bad night. Yeah, you know, Malu, that would be great too. I don't understand, and that's my background. That's where I come from, right? When Ultima Online was the first MMO I played, and it was so good. And there's so much little stuff like that that you could do even back in like 2000 and 2001. Why is there a name? Do I have to kill this guy? Do that, I think. Maybe this so I can hopefully survive. Did you sink my battleship? You sunk my battleship. I need help. An adult, please. I'm gonna die. Right? You know what? They just did a big PoE expansion release recently too, didn't they? Oh, okay. I was gonna download it again, Grizzler, but I actually already have it installed, so. Although we also could finish playing Neverwinter Nights one of these days, too. Oh. You always have it. Why don't we ever... Okay, whatever. I'm not even going to get into it. Oh, well, that's fair. I bet you... Well, I don't know. I was going to say, I bet I could convince my brother to play with us, too, but he's really into this right now, too. Although I'm really enjoying this still, too, as well, even though I just got my butt kicked by a ton of centaurs. But that's the kind of stuff I find fun. That kind of stuff doesn't happen anymore. You don't just randomly get your face rolled, you know? It's just... Do you need help, friend? Invite this person to my party. Invite to party. Let's kill some guys together. I mean, I'm always up to something. Oh my god, I died. I just hate being the one that always has to be the one to organize stuff too, you know? It's nice to sit back and be engaged the opposite direction once in a while, right? Yeah, that is not how I handle things at all. Because, like, just living in the world and experiencing it and tasting the flavor and all that kind of stuff is the stuff that I think I enjoy the most. Not to say I don't enjoy raiding. Yeah, all my stuff's gonna be broke, don't worry. Luckily, I'm at a level right now where I'll probably replace all my gear before it becomes a big problem, though. Assuming I don't die like 3 more times here. There, I opened the can for you that time without muting it. Caffeine, give me strength. No, Binya, don't die. I'm not a resto shaman, but I'm also not really the high enough level yet where my talents really mean anything at all, so. Ah, my ears. Let me drink some water. Oh, no. Goofed it up. Isn't there a way to, like, spin it? Never mind. Oh. Dude, I was drinking milk. You gotta be such a jerk. I also think I'm out of band-aids right now, too, which is exactly good. Because all that stuff mattered back then. I do have a talent point I need to use too, don't I? I have 2 unassigned talent points. I think I want this one. Here's my crit chance. Being electrocuted. Oh my god, I need so many bracers for these things.
Time for killing.
Please don't kill me again. Healing potion. Okay, he's going away. Oh, Nike. Okay. "35 minutes. I'm going to do some of these for you. Let's throw some O's in chat for Malu for creating a really good deviant hide belt for Wailing Caverns. You're not on my server, right, Malu? I think I already asked you that maybe even earlier tonight. I'm on Mankirk. That's right, you're on a role-playing server, aren't you? Right. I bought Shovel Knight a couple days ago, Malu, and oh my god, that game is amazing. I did not expect it to be as good. It was almost like when I started playing. Dude, no. I didn't see the elite guy. I didn't see the elite. Okay. Right. Some K-Mac rips. She's got the best rip out there. Probably. I mean, I'm not alone. I figured we could handle her. Him. Whatever. Oh my god, Spooky is playing a short hike right now, too. Nice. Oh, okay. Sorry, friend. How was it?
Time to die.
God, I can't wait till I can two-weapon fight with something other than a staff. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Save me, my homies. Oh.
Mana.
Jesus. Hey. Welcome to the group of misfit toys. No, he doesn't want to participate in the misfitting. Oh my gosh, K-Mac. Hi. WoW is good. I like classic. It's a good time. Wow, he's really going. Just gonna drink this milk right here. I literally just used your emote. It almost feels like I summoned you with it. I'm feeling a little under the weather today.
They can't join our.
So that's going on. I'm level 16 now, yay! And generally having fun.
Time killing.
It was Ripsum, because I died from a level 20 elite by looking the wrong direction at the wrong time. So I'm playing WoW Classic right now. So this is it's not truly the version that came out in 2004, but it's the closest thing we basically have to playing it these days. So everything is like way slower and harder than like in the current version builds of the game. Like again, I'm like level 16, and that took me. I've played 16 hours already. So like, what is that? That's a level an hour, which is incredibly slow by like today's standards. I enjoy this a lot because it's very reminiscent. It makes me like go back to like my senior year in high school when I was playing this. Having a good time back then. I'm trying to help. Please don't abandon me. I agree. Ripsum is like the best emote out there. For deathens. Did the other guy abandon us? He did. I don't want level 13. Definitely gives me the feels. I got all reminiscent. Yeah, it takes a certain perspective. Like, yeah, and even today, like, I would argue that it's really not a great game. If I'm honest with you, like, it just random person. You want in this?
They can't join our group.
If I leave group. Leave party. Oh, Johnny made Ripsum? That's great. Yeah, so when it comes to MMORPGs, generally speaking, I fall into the camp of preferring sandbox MMORPGs as opposed to theme park MMORPGs. So this game, you basically go from like location to location. You take a bunch of quests, you do a bunch of stuff there, and eventually like you spread and you learn more about the world and stuff. And like it's generally effective, but like the level of freedom from a sandbox MMORPG is just not here. It's too restrictive if you don't want to do the theme park, if you don't want to go fight this stuff, as it wants to fight and stuff. You're really restricted to what you can do. And arguably, like, some of the conceits from that theme park kind of experience are positive. Because it keeps you, like, on a more directed path, and you have less chance of getting lost and stuff, so that's generally why people like it so much. Oh, that's really nice of him. But die. Just do some of that really quick in there. Yeah. So yeah, yep. I'm really happy, because Kung is really too nice to me and gave me Rena's again, so now I can have the two of them, you know, squeezing against each other again. And since it was a tier 2, because Kung was extra specially frustrating sometimes, in the most positive way possible, I can also do... Now, it doesn't work as good right now. For reasons. Win subs. You can hide the Rena version inside of the Berry version. It's especially useful when you're reading. You want a little extra character to what's going on. Yeah, she's a heckin' good one, that's for sure. I also did not initially see her, so I had to chase her down and thank her after the fact, and that's when she gifted to me again. And I was like, dang it, Kung! Apologies again, I'm trying to make it to the meet every time, but every once in a while I heckin' miss. I have no idea, but it's a tier 2. So that's why I don't see it very often. But it is amazing, especially to bury it and stuff like that. But now I have to get Kung back, and I don't know how many I have to get back yet. But I'll come up with it. Yeah, I don't know all the details, but a while ago she was having some problems with some of her work people not being very accepting of her coming out as with her true identity, I guess. And it's very frustrating and hard to hear. But the good news is apparently she is working on leaving her current job now. So it won't be a factor much longer, which is good. exactly.
Horde! Time for killing.
You dare kill my friends?
Die.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. And like, I mean, the company I work for is from like, you know, San Francisco. So, oh shoot. Stuff like that wouldn't fly. So I'm gonna say no to I was hanging out on a Rena Celeste stream 2 nights ago, and she popped in chat for sure. So, and we talked briefly. So, I mean, you know, she's still out there, which is good. But yeah, same. It had been a little while since I'd seen her too, which is, like I said, a little concerning. So, a little concerning. No, she died again. Can I resurrect her? Interrupted. Oh. He's coming for me. Dang it. What are these quests here anyway? I don't even know. Got the bracers. Supplies to the crossroads. No. Consumed by hatred. No. No. Oh yeah, okay. So I do have to kill that guy for all these quests. Dang it, I'm sorry. Oh. Okay, let's do it. Also quite warm in here. That's my first raise. I don't think I have a shield in my inventory right now. Otherwise, I could switch over to more like you know, shieldy, tanky enhancement build. Yeah, I hope she's doing better. Cause invite this random person. Point at them. Oh, Grizzler, you would have loved it. I just ran up to some random person one of the first days or whatever like that. I was walking by, and I just randomly root emoted somebody, and they pinged me like, "What the fuck, man?" And I replied back like, "Welcome to the Barrens." Fun times. Yeah. I was with Bryce at the time. I was with my brother at the time. And, yeah, he was like, I freaking love you. Just like the randomness I just randomly do sometimes. It's like, whatever. Ugh.
No time for play.
So K-Mac, currently I am in the middle of the Barrens, which is the, I would say it's a very iconic zone in classic World of Warcraft because it's so big. Like, they basically they designed the zone kind of poorly in regards to, like, the amount of time it takes to walk over it, and comparatively... I'm dead again. Oh. Comparatively, the Alliance side of people... Oh my gosh! Okay, Mac, you didn't have to do that. Thank you for the bits. I really appreciate it. I don't know why everyone is always calling me a good egg all the time. Just do the bare minimum I can. So this zone is just huge. So, like, by comparison, like, the Alliance players have, like, these various regions all throughout here that they get to go to, which, like, makes things mixed up and everything else like that, so. Mobile won't let you do a subway one? Really? That's frustrating. Also, be careful not to buy your bits on mobile. Okay, Bixby, thank you. Because then you gotta pay the Apple/Google Play. I am not a good egg. I am a... well... yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's a pro tip I learned very early, and just something worth mentioning to people that, you know, are using bits. I don't know why I would think you would know the best way to buy bits. It's not like I've never seen you give anyone bits before, but I'm sorry that I assumed your bit knowledge. Well, I really appreciate you saying that, but I don't know how much of a true statement that really is. Alright, so he's here. So let me drop this totem instead. And help this guy, I guess. That's such a dear thing to do. I commissioned a Halloween Twitter logo from her, and I was talking to her about my sub badges, and I think I might still hit her up on that, but I gotta wait a little bit because I'm still a little cleared out from PAX at the moment. So we'll do that. Did we kill the big guy? Did we get him? Why didn't I get his head? Did I get his head and I just realized I got his head? Ooh. That's weird. She is very good. I've been in talks with her for a while about doing it. It's just that she had enough stuff in her queue that she couldn't take any new ones. And then Seven Chorus did my current emote right now that I have, which I'm super heckin' happy about for like 3 reasons. And the biggest reason is the fact that I got SARGOT as the abbreviation for my emotes. So of course I had to do an O emote with a capital O. So it just worked out so well, and it's so good. I like absolutely positively love it. Yeah, 7 Chords did that. Yeah, I commissioned him for that one as well. So we're in talks about my next emote, because I'm only a handful of subs away from getting that second slot unlocked. So hopefully that will happen soon, especially with it being September, you know. But we'll see. Yeah.
Die.
Well, I was like talking to the one streamer, I'm like, I'm having a real heckin' hard time right now because every single time I'm talking to anybody about trying to commission them for emotes, they're all like, my queue is this long and I don't have time to do emotes right now. And Chords was like, yeah, I could do that. Right. Me too. I was very happy when Chords hit affiliate. There's so many good people that like hang out in the sphere of the world. It's just, it's amazing. Well, I think you should. Well, I can't think of what was even off the top of my head right now. Everybody's dying. Alright, where's this guy?
Time killing.
I'm gonna talk to Pal. I have not talked to Pal. The big guy's on me. No way! Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I need to talk to Pal. I got Chords working on emotes, and I potentially got Deer working on sub badges. Oh, that's really good too. I don't know what kind of question that is. Well, yeah, yes, but you could need special monitors, or if you had like a back injury or something, you could need a specific chair, or you know what I mean. There's stuff like that that you could potentially still need. Like, don't get all ignorant, Grizzler. Open your mind. I think so. Well, I think it's written that way to avoid any sort of prejudice. Is the intent? Yeah. Exactly.
He's too far away.
No, everybody died again. I'm gonna die again because this guy's. Oh, my gear's gonna break, and I'm gonna cry. Also, I made it to 2 hours, so. Yeah, I think it's just a place for you to put down any accommodations you might be looking for specifically. All right, I'm gonna get someplace safe, mostly an inn, and then I'm gonna call it for tonight because I am feeling a little under the weather, if you couldn't tell. But I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully the normal stream time. And maybe I will stream more of this because I wasn't expecting as many people to come out to watch me walk across the Barrens repeatedly. But a lot of you guys did. Otherwise, I could play the rest of Shovel Knight. I'm on the last. Well, I'm on the tower. Playing through the original game. Oh, that's a good question. Maybe Spooky. I don't think I've rated Spooky yet, and she's playing A Short Hike, which is just an amazing game if you haven't had a chance to see it yet. I haven't played it, but it looks amazing. Also, I learned today that the developer for Frog Detective was at PAX, and I also missed her booth in the indie section, which makes me really sad, because like I totally would have went over and been like, Frog Detective is the most amazing game ever. Like I had a really hard time finding a couple of indie developers that I really would have liked. I love the Barrens. The Barrens is very good. And someone's asking to hear their best Chuck Norris joke right now. So the Barrens is exactly what it is, right? Like, it's just... it's great. Yeah, let's do Spooky. I would like to do Spooky. That would be good. Okay, I don't have to log up. I can raid first. Alright, so we're gonna raid Spooky. Spooky. Oogie. Cute. I really do appreciate everybody stopping by, and honestly I wish I could play a little longer, but I need to take care of myself and get some rest. But I thought it was important to make sure I made a presence today, because I'm trying really hard, with my schedule being as random as it is, keeping what bit of it I can consistent is important, right? So, you guys have yourself a wonderful night, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, no, I wish I could go to TwitchCon too, but I already had purchased all the stuff I needed to go to Seattle for PAX, so I will K-Mac, don't worry. So anyone that has my O emote, we're going to use that for the raid, okay? Thank you.